Hi there, welcome to the new session. In this class, we are going to discuss about branding and what are the benefits of the branding, means why branding is needed for us, and what are the techniques in marketing, and what is an international trade or what international trade. We are going to discuss about all these things. If you see in the previous session, we discussed about so many kinds of pricing strategies, all those things. And in that, we discussed about value-based pricing. In value-based pricing, we mentioned based on the reputation of the company, we can fix the price. So there it comes, the word branding. Okay. So branding, what is branding first of all? In short, brand is nothing but a name. Just it's a name, right? But if we heard about that name, what comes into your mind? What kind of image you are going to get? How you are positioning that name is nothing but the brand. Okay, either sometimes by the name or by the logo or by certain kind of design. If you are able to recognize that company, so then it is nothing but a branding, right? Psychologically, according to the human psychology, we remember the symbols more better than the names. So that's why more importance will be given to the symbols in with respect to branding, right? So if you see the logo, a logo has been created, a unique symbol they are going to design. In that unique symbol, the name will be engraved. So like that, so they are going to, the companies are going to make recognize their company by the customers by using a unique symbol, which is nothing but the brand or branding. So branding is nothing but a marketing practice. As I said, marketing, in order to get the customer and in order to retain the customer, you have to do so many aspects. So one of the aspect is branding. You need to create a place in the minds of the customers, a positive place in the minds of the customers. Then we are going to succeed in that. So brand here, if you see, brand means recognizing, just recognition. Either it can be positively recognized or negatively recognized, but recognizing something or recognizing a company is nothing but branding. Okay, so branding by definition, it is a marketing practice in which a company creates a name, symbol, or a design which is easily identifiable by a customer as it belongs to as it belongs to a company. Okay, so that is nothing but branding. So usually logos will help us to remember well. So that's why if you see logo for Reliance, one logo for Tata, one logo, or for Apple, one logo. So you will have uh, an image in your brain. Once if I call a brand name, if I call Apple, what comes into your mind? What kind of logo gets into your mind? What kind of value comes into your mind? So that is nothing but branding and its positioning. Okay, so branding is very important. So not only in memorable, not only in case of memory, or not only to be recognized by the customers, but also by the clients of the company, right? So clients of the company. And sometimes, so it is a way of distinguishing yourself from the competitors. So clarifying this is you and that is they. So you have to make the customers that to identify your brand with the when they compared with the competitors brands. At the same time, they have to feel that it is the better choice, it is the better choice than the competitors. So your brand image or your brand logo has to be designed like that. So your brand is built to be a true representation of who you are and what you are and what you want to do, what you are what you wish to do. So all these things should be clearly represented in the logo. Okay, so your brand is So not just to build a value or not just to memorized by the customers, but it has to show what is your business, right? What you wish to do. So by just seeing the image or by just seeing the logo, they have to identify, so what is the motto or what is the vision of the organization, right? Branding is absolutely important to the business. So it takes an important position. So because of the brand, so we may fix the prices of our product also. So customers may change their perceptions, their thinking levels or awareness about the product, so based upon the branding. So it is very important reason uh, for a company to use branding as one of their marketing strategy. Okay, the most important reason of branding is just to not only to recognize by the customers or by the clients, but to just represent who they are and what they want to, right? Suppose if I call a name, you may in your class, so you may recognize by his face, right? Or you may recognize by his face or sometimes by his attributes. But here a company don't have a face, right? So company don't have a face, so that face is nothing but here we are replacing that face with the logo or the brand image that we are creating. So brand is nothing but the face of a company. Okay, so the brand is a face of a company. So usually these logos or these brand images will be designed by the professionals in such a way that it should be easily memorable and it should be recognized easily in first glance itself, right? So not like that by watching 10th or 12th time to understand. So it by profession, if the logo is designed by a professional, so the features of that logo would be easily memorable and easily understandable, right? So this is nothing but a brand. First of all, what is a brand means? Brand is nothing but how we recognize the company and how we remember the company and how we memorize it, right? So in the logo it should contain who you are and what you want to do, what are your wishes, right? So all those things has to be clearly understand by just seeing the logo. And the logo should be designed in such a way that it should be easily memorable and also it should be easily understandable just by a glance. Okay, right? And why this branding is needed, what is the importance or what is the need of these branding? So this helps us, branding helps us to generate new customers, right? So branding helps us to generate new customers. It improves employee pride and satisfaction, creates trust within the marketplace, and also branding supports advertising, right? These are all the benefits or the needs of a branding generates new customers. At the same time, it provides not only in case of customers users in case of getting new customers, but also in case of employees also. Employees may feel pride, so they have employee satisfaction that they are working in so and so company which is well reputed and which is well recognized by so many people. So it increases the employee pride, and also sometimes so it creates a trust in the marketplace where you are selling the goods. And also it helps us in advertising. So let us see clearly how branding helps in generating new customers. So a good brand will have no trouble, right? So a good brand will have no trouble. Always branding strong branding means creating an positive impression among the customers, and they are likely to do business with you because of the familiarity and assumed dependability of using a name that they can trust. Once a brand has been well established, a word of mouth will be company's best and most effective advertising technique, right? If you see, one of the best advertising technique is word of mouth publicity. Once uh, a company reputed company has gained or it's gain its reputation. So then obviously from one customer to another customer, so that reputation will be exchanged, right? So if one customer uses your product or service, he may suggest it to his closer group like his friends, he may refer to his family members, or he may refer to his colleagues. So like how, so he is going to do a favor for you once if that customer is satisfied by your product or service. So he will have a word of mouth publicity, so he'll refer to his close groups like his friends, family, or to his colleagues, or uh, to some of his close groups. Okay, so because of this your advertisement cost will be reduced, right? So brand will increase or will generate a new customer, right? So strong, you always have to do strong branding. Strong branding in the case, so giving or creating a positive impression about your company in customers minds. Okay, so once if you have a positive impression, or once if your company or if your product is familiar, so then obviously based on that, so many companies, small companies or startup companies may join with you, may share their products, may share their investment, or sometimes they may share their ideas. Based on that you can go deeper in the markets, right? So obviously if you extend your markets, many customers will come, and many customers will get satisfied, and they'll have again word of mouth, and they'll use word of mouth publicity as a technique to promote your brand. Once if they become loyal to your brand, they used to advertise about your goods. So that is one of the important benefit of branding. So branding generates new customers, and also improves employee pride and satisfaction. Once if you see, if employee felt that the company in which they are working is well reputed, and it is having strong brand image, and it is familiar to many people, so then obviously they'll have a pride, they'll have satisfaction, so you will get more output from them. Okay, so more output from them, and they may become loyal to your company, they may work for more years, right? So employee turnover would be reduced. If employee turnover is reducing, means obviously again your brand image will be increased. So all these things, it improves employee pride and satisfaction. And next, creates trust within the marketplace. So trust is an important thing to do businesses. So based based upon the trust only, we run the business sometimes with the professionals, or uh, with the customers, or with the clients. So the relationships that we build is based upon the trust, right? So here, when customers will believe us, or when clients will believe us, if we have positive image, or if the when shareholders will show interest in order to invest in your company, if we have good brand image, or if they feel that the company is going to repay us in case of shareholders, so like how, so this trust will be generated or will be developed with a strong brand image only. So by creating trust in the marketplace, or by creating trust in the stock markets, or by creating trust in the minds of the clients, so will make you to grow, and will make you to increase your profits. And if once public feel that you can believe or you can trust this company, or this company's products and services, so then obviously they'll become loyal to your brand, loyal to your company. So branding helps us to create trust in the marketplace. So in the sense of clients, in the sense of customers, at the same time in the sense of shareholders also. Okay, and important, one more important thing is branding supports advertising. Also I clearly mentioned you in the first important aspect of branding, that is branding generates new customers, so which the customers itself will be publicize our product in the form of word of mouth. So that is one of the advertising technique I told you, right? So that would be one of the benefit. At the same time, by using just by seeing your logo, So your company products, they can memorize, they can memorize your company products. Suppose if your company is of well diversified, it means many number of products that you are having, so then all the products they can memorize, all they can remember. So once if they remember, obviously if they go for a shop and if they ask for certain product, they'll choose your brand only, because it is subconsciously, it is in their mind. So branding supports advertising. So advertising is an important component to this branding. Also, I told you, in marketing, branding plays an important role. At the same time, advertising also plays an important role. So there is an interlinking between these advertising and branding. So these advertising strategies will directly will reflect your brand, and also to the desired image that you want to get, the desired positive image that you want to get. Right? Advertising techniques such as promotional products by using trusted companies, and outstanding branding, or some kind of word of mouth publicities. So brand some developing some kind of branding goals, or for all these things the branding will help you, right? So these are all, this is the importance, this is the importance of branding. So branding generates new customers, branding improves employee pride and satisfaction, and branding also creates a trust in the place where you are working or where you are operating, and also helpful in your advertising. So this is nothing but the branding. Okay, so this is about the branding, and why branding is needed is because of all these things. And some of the new techniques in marketing. So what are the new techniques in marketing? Always, as I said, always to meet the competition or to meet the demand, to sustain in the markets. So always you should have new techniques, you have to follow certain kind of techniques to sustain in the market, to attract the customers, to make the customers to buy your product, or to become to make the customers loyal to your brand. So you need to improve certain kind of techniques, always you have to improve. So what are these techniques are? The first technique that you need to follow in marketing is keep adding something new. Keep adding something new. You always have to add something new, and become a valuable resource. Separate yourself from your competitors, right? Promote the end result and anticipate change. So these are all the 5 techniques that you need to always implement. So you need to always take these 5 techniques into consideration, and you have to update your techniques accordingly. Okay, so the first one is keep adding something new. See, if you are producing the same kind of product again and again for many years, then your product may become monotony or boredom. So then the customers may go for other brand, they may choose other products. So obviously you are going to lose your customers, your loyal customers. At the same time, how can you stimulate or how can you procure the new customers? So that is the reason you should always keep adding something new to your product, not only to your product, to your strategies also, to your pricing strategies or to your advertising strategies. So always you need to add something new. So every time you should add something new to your business to create opportunity and to increase more sales, right? uh, for example, if you add something new information on your website, always, so they may choose for your website, and they may come, they may browse, and they may select the information what they need. Always the customers will visit your website uh, to get the new information. And one more example I may tell you. If you see, why always um why always the names of the products will be changed, or something, some rejuvenation they used to do, like adding some names, right? So before the brand or after the brand. So because all this keeping something keep on adding something new, so that the customers may feel that something new was there in that product, and they may attracted to buy it. So suppose if you use same thing, same kind of products or same kind of models that you use, so customers may feel bored. or they feel monotony about your product. So you always have to change your product shapes or product colors or product ingredients sometimes, or inputs that you use. So all these things. Okay, so you have to keep adding something new always. So it will, if you keep on adding something new, it will always attract the customers, and uh, not interested customers also will attract to your product, to your current to your product and services. Suppose if the customers who are not satisfied by your present product and services also will show attract to buy your products, and existing customers will if they are going, if they are getting new products, they may feel something new about your company, and sometimes the sales will get bigger because of changes that you do in packing or in coloring or in the shapes that you sell. So all these things will make you to boost up your sales. So that is the first technique that you need to follow whenever you are you feel your product has your product means when your product is released for more time, uh, that you, all these things you need to do. Okay, next, become a valuable resource. So means, so you should always have your value, you should always have your value for that. Prospects means, in the sense, you should be like a resource to them. You should not sometimes you should not freely supply the information that is about your product. Suppose if you do that, they may feel that it is easier to get, or it is easier to acquire. Sometimes they may feel that. So you have to make the customers to feel that your product is something valuable, something resourceful to them. So supplying them with the free information is also sometimes uh, will decrease your sales. So you should become a valuable resource, and separate yourself from the competition, or always you have to show your uniqueness with your competitors, otherwise only you can sustain in the market. So you have to create a reason to make customers to buy your product, so then only you can sustain in the market, or you can sustain in the competition. So you have to find out that unique way, and in that manner you need to always differentiate yourself from the competitors, so that automatically increases your sales. So promote the end result, so the final result. Always you need to advertise about your final product or service, the benefits that we are going to receive. Okay, always promote the end result. Next, anticipate the change. So before itself, so before, as we all know, the things in the world are dynamic. So change is the biggest challenge or the biggest task, so that is in front of a successful company, right? So again, to keep up that successfulness, so you need to always change according to the changing environment, or according to the changing world. So change is inevitable, you always have to adopt the change, right? So it is better for you to anticipate the change, or to predict the change before itself, and accordingly take the steps. So once after change was happened, to do all the things from starting to ending may take time, or may take time in that aspect. So your competitors may gain some advantage. So not to do that, you should not give that kind of chance to the customers, sorry, competitors. So you have to anticipate the change before itself, and you have to take steps in order to cope up the change. Okay, so all these are all the techniques that we need to implement in our enterprises, right? Always you need to check what are the new things that we can add to your product, or to your pricing strategy, or to your product strategy. uh, you always should be a resourceable person or resourceable product, and you should always show some kind of difference between you and your competitor, means differentiating yourself from the competition, and always have to promote the end result, and change is the and anticipating change. So these are all the techniques that we need to follow, right? And the last topic in this unit is international trade. So international trade, we all know that trading is exchanging of goods and services for a means, by for money or something, between one person to another person, or from one state to another state. Suppose if one country to another country, if we are doing, in such cases we call that as an international trade, just erasing the boundaries of the countries, borders of the countries. So if we exchange this, if we do economic transactions, then that would be called as an international trade. Usually all right, if you see international trade or international business, for many products that was happening, for televisions, for clothing, capital goods, machinery, raw material, and sometimes some food aspects, in some foods also has been exported and imported, right? So always this financial trade will accompany financial transactions, so that are conducted by these companies. So international business is entirely a new aspect, and you need to maintain certain things for that. And if you go for international trade, so your market also will be expanded. At the same time, new customers will attract to your customers, and you will gain certain international reputation, right? So to gain that international reputation or international recognition, so always you have to export your products to other countries. So again, the channels would be different, like franchising, or through licensing, or through foreign direct investment. You can use those channels, and you can enter into the international trade, and you can do the business. So once if you entered into the international business, so you will gain market share, you will gain profits, you will gain international recognition. All these are all the benefits. Of course, everything will have advantage and disadvantages. More advantages will be there for you if you do international trade. Okay, so these are the branding, new techniques in marketing and international trade is covered in this unit, in this session. And this is the end of the unit 4. So in unit 4 we discussed about a service and its features and its service marketing mix, like product, price, place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. And in the last session we discussed about the successful factors that a service marketing has to remember or to concentrate. So different kinds of pricing strategies that they can use. And in this session we discussed about the branding, and what are the benefits of the branding, and what are the techniques in marketing in order to update ourselves. And finally, the international trade. Okay, so this is the end of the unit. In the next session we discuss unit 5.